This is a very different type of video for me. I don't usually do unboxing videos. I don't usually see the point, to be honest, but this particular product was something that I found that I needed for a lot of my artwork and book illustrations, but I could barely find any decent information on it. Certainly on YouTube there wasn't really any videos of what the actual product looked like or anything like that. So this video is not a sort of a technical video. It's not really my thing, but I just wanted to film the unboxing of it so you can actually see a little bit about the product, which is an Epson Expression 12000 XL colour scanner. It's a professional grade scanner which will allow me to reproduce some of my work or scan some of my work up to an A3 size, which I've not been able to do before. Most of my work, if it is produced larger, I have to have scanned professionally elsewhere, which comes at a cost. So I thought it was time to invest in one of these. They're not cheap. This cost me about £3,500, and that's at the end of 2018 when I'm filming this. So I don't know what the price will be next year. Potentially more, potentially less. I have no idea. But it's just to give you an idea, so you can actually physically see the product and the size of it. For anyone who was considering purchasing one, like I was, but was unable to see what it actually looked like on a desk, rather than in a professional sort of printing setting. So I'm going to open the box up, show you what's in it. I might have to stop the camera once in a while, just because it's a bit awkward doing this while I'm filming. I'm hoping it's quite a bit smaller than the box, because otherwise it's going to not really fit on my desk, and I do have quite a large desk. This is just it's not my studio, but it's one of my studio offices. I apologise for the bad camera work here. As I say, this isn't really my thing. It's just to give you an idea how large the scanner is, sort of for your own purposes. I'm going to stop the video here and then start again. So it's going to be a bit of a pause whilst I actually get it out of the box, because I can't really film that because I haven't got a tripod set up or anything like that. So I'll be back shortly. So this is the scanner out of the box. I haven't put the lid on it just yet. I didn't realise it wasn't attached. They've included a bit of paper for some reason. I don't know. There's nothing printed on it. I think that's just an example to, well, I don't know, see the size of the glass or something like that, compared to particular paper sizes. So that's the scanner before the lid goes on it. Again, just to give you an idea, I'll put all the measurements and stuff in the description later on, but I'm just going to go and finish putting it together, and then I'll be back once again. Okay, so I've put the lid on the scanner now, as you can see. I can't believe how short the cable is though that they provided, the £3,500 scanner. I don't even know it's going to reach, to be honest, so I might have to purchase a separate one of those, or find one elsewhere. It's much the same with the power cord. It's pretty standard, I think, for a power cord, but I don't think it's going to reach where I need it to, so there'll be some fun and games in a minute trying to get that all wired up. Inside the box, obviously get the instructions and all that kind of thing, and you also get, what we've got here, installation software disc and some other scanning software. Don't know if I'll use that or not. I have to see. Might have to. I don't know. Probably use Photoshop instead if I can. But this is all new to me. I'm not really technically gifted as such, so we'll have to see what happens. But that's what it looks like on a particularly large, a relatively large desk. Anyway, you can see I've got 2 monitors set up. Well, 3 if you include the one that's not in use at the minute. On there. So I would say, in terms of size, I'm trying to think of something to actually compare it to, which I suppose it's a bit like the cushion on a sort of a standard sofa, that kind of size. Bit of an odd comparison, I suppose, but something like that anyway. So I'm going to go and wire it in now, and then I'll come back to you with a little bit of the sort of technical details that I'll be reading, because as I say, I'm not too familiar with it, to be perfectly honest. This is a purchase of necessity rather than something that I particularly wanted for some book illustrations that I'm doing. So I'll cut the camera again and come back to you. Well, that took a lot longer than what I thought. Basically, I hadn't got enough USB ports to the back of the computer, and none of the wires would reach to where I thought. So Took me a little while. I've had to find a not HDMI, a USB extender to plug the thing in, which I've now done. I'm just going to run through some technical specs just for those who are interested in that. Again, as I say, this video is really just to show you what it looks like rather than sort of what it can do. But it's a 48-bit colour scanner. The scanning range is 310mm by 437mm. The dimensions of the actual product itself, if this is any help, is 656 by 458mm with a depth, sort of top to bottom, I should say, the height rather, is 158mm. And the whole thing weighs about 15 kilos, so it's not a light unit by any stretch. Comes with a 1-year warranty, although I can't find anything about that in the paperwork at the minute. Most of the paperwork is in a completely different language, so it could be that I've just missed it. But as you can see, that's I don't know what language that is, but it's certainly not anything I'm capable of reading. So that's it for now. I'll just run the camera around the actual scanner so you can see it. It's already got dog fur on it. It's quite a large lid, which is really easy to remove actually. So if you've got something extra large to scan, you can just pop that straight off there. It looks like it's pretty simple to use. There's just a couple of buttons on there, which is what I like. I don't like anything too complex because I probably won't be able to use it. And as I say, you can scan up to an A3 on there, which is what I need it for really. Just so I can get some of my sort of illustrations ready for books and that kind of thing, rather than outsourcing it all. So I'll put some more details in the description for the video. I hope it's been of some kind of use, but as I say, it was just so you can actually see it, because that was the main thing when I was trying to purchase it. I would just see pictures of it with a white background and you've got no idea of sort of how large it is. Even with the dimensions, it's a little bit difficult trying to work it out and sort of trying to envisage what it would look like on a desk. So there we go, next to a filing cabinet for comparison. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them below and I'll happily answer them, because as I say, there wasn't much information out there about it. And if you look at my website, www.krisminers.co.uk, or if you go on my social media channels, Instagram, which is at krisminers.co.uk, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/KrisMinersArt, and that's Kris with a K, K-R-I-S, surname Miners, M-I-N-E-R-S, art. I'll be putting some example images on there that I've scanned when I finally get around to doing so. So I hope this has been some help, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.